Connie and Fish.
On your mark, get set, secrets!
Alright everybody, it's Secrets today. I'm Cheyenne, Connie and Fish's intern, and today's secrets topic is what's the funniest secret you have about your kid? So my 5-year-old daughter poops every 2 or 3 days. She clogs the toilet almost every time she poops. She always wants me to take a picture and send it to my dad. I'm sure his phone is full of poop pictures. I was a nanny for 3 years. The boy and I are playing catch and I have a terrible throw that sails over his head. I say, sorry, that was a bad throw. He stops, gives me a kind look and says, no, Katie, that was a wonderful throw. Then he takes 2 steps towards getting the ball. He stops again, turns back around and says, when we say something nice, even when we don't mean it at all, that's called being polite, right? My son is now a 23-year-old mechanical engineer taking Corporation C hanging decisions. But when he was 7 or 8 years old, he used to want to take a bubble bath with candles when he had a bad day. My son was breaking the rules and smoking pot and brought it into my house. So I stole all of it and he still doesn't know it was me. Ooh. Funniest secret about my kids, I secretly eat off my kids' candy stash. And when they ask, I just say that the tooth fairy doesn't want any cavities on her next visit. That's a smart. My daughter got her training seat stuck on her head and we had to call the fire department to pull it off. When my son was 2 weeks old, I had to take him to the ER. The doctor had a pretty difficult time trying to get his rectal temp. He finally got it, and as I was cleaning my son up, I lifted his legs up and wiped him. Apparently I thought he was thirsty because I put his legs down and he had peed right in my face and mouth. I felt so bad, but if you could have seen his face, imagine a baby tasting a lemon for the first time. Yep, that's the one. Our daughter is definitely afraid of butterflies. My husband likes to take her to Meyer Gardens just to see what happens. My son was nervous for one of his front teeth to fall out. He had oddly strong teeth, so he had a lot of anxiety around the pain. His method to get the tooth out was to have one of his classmates use his own hand to punch out the tooth, and it only took him 15 tries. My 3-year-old was potty training. She only had loose shorts on and no underwear. She pooped in the kitchen. When I asked her if she did it, she said, no, the cats pooped in the kitchen. My son was about 4 when he put his toys in his unders and walked on the treadmill. That's random. My 2-year-old legitimately thinks she's a cat. If you ask her a question, she will either hiss or meow at you. Depends if she likes what you're saying or not. When my son was about 7, he was taking a bath, which he loves. I happened to go into the bathroom to check on him, and do you know what he was playing with? He had gone in the trash and retrieved a douche bottle. I asked him what he was doing, and he said he was playing with a squirt gun. Ew. My daughter was obsessed with boobs as a toddler, so much that she wanted to be boobs for Halloween and wanted the nipples as a hat. She explained to us how it looked. Then when we were shopping at Kohl's, she would run to the bra, squeeze the cups, and say, boobie, boobie. Funniest secret about my child. When she was a toddler, she learned the proper names for all of her body parts. She would run around naked after bath time and dance in the front of the mirror singing, I have a vagina, I have a vagina. He was supposed to be vacuuming his room and his door was shut, and when I opened it, he was using the hose as a pleasure pleaser. I was just like, that's gross, and walked out. The look on his face was so fucking funny. It's not really a secret and it's not my child, but when my brother had his first erection as a small child, he told my mom to feel it. When she refused to offer, he said, it's okay, mama, it won't break. It's got a bone in it. When my son was 4, we would watch Deal or No Deal, and he would say to me, Mommy, those pretty girls make me have a ham boner. Not a secret, when Gavin was like 3 or 4 and you would drive over a hilly road, he said that made my pee-pee stand up. Oh, okay. When my son was about 2, my husband came home for lunch. When he had to go back to work, my son said while touching his dad's shirt, you need to go and get more paint on your shirt. Needless to say, my husband is a painter. Best kid story ever. I just got in my car, so I know you might not be reading it, but when my son was 2, he ran up to me on the couch laughing so hysterically. I thought it was because he found his sister's candy stash and ate all her chocolate, as it was clearly all over his face and still drooling from his slobbery mouth. I went in to hug him for being so mischievous and adorable and soon realized it wasn't chocolate. My son was fiercely enjoying a turd. No worries. Poison Control said it was fine since it was his sister's poo. Had it been stranger poo, we shouldn't worry. That is so disgusting. Okay. When my daughter was 2.5, she talked like a grown-up in potty training. We were in line at Meijer. She said to the cashier, "Excuse me, but can you wait a minute? I have to use the potty." I explained to her that we couldn't make all the people behind us wait and to please hold it and we go in just a minute. The cashier assured her she'd hurry. My daughter replied, "Okay, but waiting really bothers my vagina." Yes, she said vagina. Everyone in the line was cracking up. She didn't understand what was so funny. And lastly, my boyfriend also believed the correct word is vagina. When I babysit my nieces and have to change their diapers, they ask why girls have 2 butts. And that's all for secrets.
Connie and Fish.